All right, happy Thursday. Today we're going to be talking all about George Washington Carver. So, what do you know about peanuts? Because George Washington Carver was most famous for peanuts. So, let's get started. Did you know that George Washington Carver invented over 300 uses for peanuts? Also, while you're watching this video, I want you to pause real quick and get a piece of paper and a pencil and take notes as we go through the video. So when you do your homework on Excel, you'll have something to reference back to. Now that doesn't mean write down every little thing on each PowerPoint, on each slide, but just write down things that you think are important. So right here when it says invented over 300 uses for peanuts, that could be all you write. Now, George Washington Carver is famous for his inventions as well as his perseverance to overcome discrimination. Alright, so let's go over. Carver was an African American inventor, writer, educator, and botanist. He is best known for his discoveries on uses for the peanuts. He was born in 1864 in Missouri. So this is Missouri. So remember, born in 1864, I would write that down. So in his early life, he was born in Missouri in 1864. His parents were slaves, which made Carver a slave as well. A week after his birth, George was kidnapped along with his sister and mother from the Carver farm by raiders from the neighboring state of Arkansas. Carver almost died, but he was found by Moses Carver and returned to Missouri. The end of the Civil War in 1865 brought the end of slavery in Missouri, which we learned yesterday from Abraham Lincoln. But this did not mean that African Americans were treated equally. Carver loved to learn, but there were no schools that allowed black children. Carver was determined to learn. At the age of only 13, he moved to Kansas to a school that allowed black students. Carver was very smart. He applied to a college in Kansas and was accepted because he had good grades. Carver was excited to learn. However, when he showed up to the school, he was told to leave because they did not want black students. But again, Carver did not give up on his dreams. He worked on experiments with plants and soil. Carver loved art and science. He became the first black student at Iowa State Agricultural College. Carver became known as a brilliant botanist. He was so smart that a teacher persuaded him to stay on for his master's degree. So remember, he was working with plants and soil. That's going to be important. Booker T. Washington hired Carver to come to the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama to run the school's agricultural department in 1896. Carver brought national fame to the Tuskegee Institute because of his knowledge and understanding of crops and soil. He is known for being an inventor. An inventor is someone who sees a problem and creates something new to solve the problem. Carver saw that the poor black farmers were unable to reuse soil to plant crops, so the soil they couldn't plant something again. This was causing them to lose money. But Carver helped them fix the soil by planting different crops. So this will be important to remember. He helped fix the soil. George made many inventions, but he is most known for coming up with over 300 discoveries for the peanut plant. He also created uses for sweet potatoes, soybeans, and pecans. George's discoveries with peanuts were so incredible that Congress asked him to speak to them. Many people did not like this because of Carver's skin color. Despite his college degrees, discoveries, and undeniable intelligence, Carver still faced discrimination. Some of the congressmen laughed and made noise while Carver was speaking. But Carver did not get discouraged. Congress listened to Carver and passed a law that helped peanut farmers. This added to Carver's fame. And remember, when the congressman laughed and made noise while he was speaking, that's not something nice. We wouldn't want to do that to someone. George was also an author. He wrote down information about crops and soil. Farmers use information to help them produce better crops. So this is what he would sell, little booklets of information about crops and soil. So that ends our learning today about George Washington Carver. Hopefully you took some good notes. If you need to go back and rewatch it and take some more notes, I suggest you do that. And then for homework today, we're just going to be doing one IXL standard. That'll be in your teacher's suggested box when you log on, and it's just going to say George Washington Carver. All right, thank you and have a good rest of your day. Bye.